What's up, everybody? This is Jason, but you already knew that. Zombie Collector. And thought I'd go live for a little bit. It's 8:45-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thought I'd hang out for a little bit. I have a few things bubbling up in my mind. I thought I would just, discuss and chat and just throw out there because I think it's something that, you always gotta shine the light where there is darkness, right? You gotta keep people honest. It's hard to do that with me because I put it out there, and I don't mind, a little bit of gingerly back and forth. I actually enjoy it, to be quite honest, because I know who I am, I know what I'm about, I know what I believe, and I'm not hurt by words. Doesn't bother me. Words don't bother me. Opinions don't bother me because nothing that people say that I can think of in years has ever been fact about anything involving myself. So, I think some people get really upset when you state facts, because facts don't care about your feelings. And when you speak truth, they don't have any course of action except like to do personal attacks or to make fun or whatever. But I find it interesting that people do that when you just state your opinion. I did a video not too long ago where I talked about my opinion, my views on certain things. And I didn't make any personal attacks to anybody. I said things that maybe people didn't like. That's fine, But I mean, we live where now you got people that cry and moan and just piss and moan and cry about anything that they don't agree with, anything they think that you're making a personal attack to them because you don't agree with them or their views on things. And I don't know how we got here, but we're here now. And anybody who has a difference of opinion that is contrary to yours is apparently the wrong opinion. And I don't subscribe to that theory. We can have difference of opinions, but when my opinion is my opinion, and then when I present facts, or the facts you don't like are, hurting your feelings, then you decide to make outlandish accusations or whatever. And I always find that to be interesting because at the end of the day, I am who I am. And anybody who's ever come to my channel knows I've never changed. I never said one thing and did another. Of course, I made mistakes, and I apologize for those mistakes because I'm by far perfect. Close, but not quite. And but I do find it interesting because I had somebody bring to my attention a specific video recently, and I think this individual must have did this video about a day or so ago, maybe. I don't know, because I don't watch any sports card channels anymore. I have excommunicated myself from any sports card channel. That's including like some of my best buds. I have no interest in it anymore. I just don't want to participate in it, But and if this individual, and I'm going to name this person, don't worry, but I just want to build a suspense. Just build, like get people all gussied up and get ready for it. Grease those wheels or whatever. I had a few people reach out to me and tell me how they feel and let me know what's going on. I even had one person in this community, which I am baffled at, who I don't watch. Like I said, I haven't been watching any videos since I did my initial video where I said I'm done with baseball. I got rid of all the channels, every single channel that was like 90-something% sports. I moved it on and I just don't participate in those channels anymore, you know. And I've been fine, totally fine. Guess what? Living life, loving life. I'm still doing videos on my channel when I have something to show, and um, enjoy myself. And, it's fine. I'm totally fine. I did this back last summer, and but this time it's obviously I went like 6, 7 months, 8 months last summer, and this time it's going to be at least it's permanent when it comes to sports cards. But like I said in my initial video, I'm still doing videos. I'm still going to talk about stuff I enjoy. I'll still do these videos here that I'm sure will get people all in a tizzy. But I was reached out by somebody in the community and was like, "Oh man, you got to watch this video I did," and it's going to definitely make some people mad. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I mean, like, completely unsolicited. And like I said, I had unsubscribed to everybody, essentially everybody. And so I went to the video because he had said something about it. I went check that out. I was like, "Wow, check out the big balls on this guy. That's pretty impressive." Because it was essentially my video. Of course, I'm a little bit more uncouth. I'm a little bit more raw and rough around the edges, but essentially it was the same video. And I was like, "Wow, that's okay." Like, be prepared for absolute fallout, which I already knew. I knew myself. I've done plenty of videos like that where the fallout has been tremendous, which again, it hasn't hurt me. I mean, the only thing it has hurt is probably my subs, and I've had this conversation a bajillion times. I could care less about subs. I'm leaving this behind for whoever wants to watch it in the future. My son, my family, whatever. I'm not interested in being YouTube famous, YouTube rich. It's not at all interested me. I talk about topics that other people don't want to talk about things that people may be scared to talk about. People just shy away from it. That's fine. I mean, like, most of the time my channel in the past had been 90% sports car related. Very rarely did I go on my own personal view tangent. So once in a while I did. That's what Jason Handy videos were. But I didn't really make too many videos like that, quite frankly. If you went through like the hundreds and hundreds of videos I did, I very rarely did those, quite frankly. They just were sometimes the more popular ones, of course, because I've been told I've been somewhat polarizing in the past. But when this individual had reached out to me and said I should watch the video, like, wow, I was impressed. But then, I got to say, I'm not going to throw the guy under the bus at all, because I definitely understand. It is what it is. Like, not everybody is made to be able to handle the heat. I mean, just some people aren't. And this is no shade of this individual, but, he did a video, and then like a day later, he did like a quad, I don't want to say a retraction video, but he did let me try to put out the fire video. And and it takes away, I mean, a little bit of what I think was what he meant to say. I mean, you take away, you lose the teeth in the bite that you leave. And I think that sometimes you're going to have opinions that aren't popular, and that's fine. Sometimes those opinions are based in fact, which is what I have said from the beginning with the whole Georgia voting bill thing. It's fact-based information. People don't like the facts, then they can just don't like the facts. But the fact is, you're gonna get butthurt and upset and be a child about it is ridiculous when it's coming direct attacks. I'm like, you can get mad because I'm saying what other many people are saying. That's fine, but I can handle it. But doing a video and then doing a quasi retraction or putting out the fire video, I kind of was like, what's that about, man? I mean, like, and I just, it just kind of bothered me because very few people will have the balls to get out there and say things, because they're afraid of the fallout from it, and I mean, this person has more, I guess, to lose when it comes to subscribers or money or street cred or whatever, and that's fine. It is what it is. I mean, like I said, this does not me knocking them, but at all, it just was like, it's just a point, I guess, because it's nice to have a few people who's willing to be brave, because I had plenty of people message me, DM me, text me, and was like, dude, man, you said it, man. You said it. And all these people are here in our community. I say ours in quotes. But they don't want to say it publicly. And I get it. It's no shade being thrown at them. Completely get it. That's not what their channel is about. That's not what they want to present. I totally get it. But when you do a video, and then you backtrack on it, it's just that is exactly the world we live in. That is what the people want. They want you to go out there and stand up for your convictions, and then they want to mob you with their pitchforks and lanterns and try to scare you into submission. And when you bow down, they know they got you. Because guess what? Those people aren't going to come back. They're not going to resubscribe a lot of times. They're not going to come back and say, oh, well, everything you said, you fixed it, you're fine. No, the damage has been done. Those people are gone. They're not coming back. And if they do come back, it's going to be, not to the same capacity. And that's just the way it is in everything in life now. If you bow down to the mob, you're going to just lose. And, and there was nothing being said wrong in that video other than my video was wrong. It was just my personal opinion based in fact, which I left information there for facts so people can go back and look, or you can just use your own ability instead of using emotion and ignorance. You can actually research it yourself and look at it and then realize the stuff that you think you don't, and educate yourself. But my video was not an attack on anyone, So I thought people would say stuff like, well, so what? Whatever, which was generally, which is hilarious because the video had got almost 600 views, which I am shocked. But I'm not surprised in the same kind because people love drama. That's why I have 16 people in here right now on a Wednesday night because they're like just foaming at the mouth, hoping I'm going to say something that's going to get them all riled up and go tell their friends in text messages or whatever. I'm sure they're just like, frothing and waiting for it. But at the same time, I said what I said, and of course I'm going to stick by it. I left the video up, of course, and I had a lot of people. But what I was surprised about was the absolute losers who had their things they had to say. And I don't want to focus on that too much, but I want to draw some special light, some shining light on one specific loser in the community, because this person goes in on me sideways and like makes it a personal attack. And this is just pretty just dumb in what he said. He didn't offer anything in the conversation. He didn't challenge me on my opinion, on the facts, or my opinion. Just being negative and hateful and mean spirited, which is fine. Again, I don't expect anything from a person like this, because this person like this is a person who is only friends with you when it's convenient and when they need something from you or want something from you. And then they pretend to be somebody else on their own channel, but on your channel and other places, they're a piece of garbage. And this specific individual is B-Roth6, Brian Roth. He did a video today, I'm not even kidding you, or yesterday, where he was talking about how we should be bringing people up and encouraging people going through a rough time, and things are rough and tough right now in America, and we need to be lifting people up and encouraging people and supporting one another. And I'm like, that's interesting. This guy right here sounds like he is a bridge to happiness, to happy town. But then, he does it. If you go, I left the video, I left the remarks up. He only has really hateful, negative things to me. Like he was, like I had personally attacked his grandmother or something, in the remarks. And I'm like, wow, this is like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of scenario here. B-Roth6 card soup to the community. That you're gonna do it. You're gonna post a couple things where you're just being really mean and hateful because you didn't like what I had to say. And instead of challenging me on it, it would be like, dude, that's your opinion. I think you're wrong, which would have been fine. You were like, good riddance. Nobody cares about you. Nobody likes you, or whatever you said. And then you turn around and do a video where you're like, we should be lifting each other up and supporting one another and being there. And just, you never know what people are going to go through right now. And it's a tough time for people. And I'm like, the hypocrisy of this guy is this otherworldly. Honestly, I'm like, wow, wow. I mean, you publicly, you know, just like dog me, but then you're gonna do a video a handful of days later about how, you should be out here lifting one up and supporting one another. I'm like, wow. It'd be different if I had attacked him. Well, of course, then I would have to assume that I would have some kind of heat coming my way. But it was kind of crazy because the other people that I didn't even know who they were, honestly. The other people I had no idea who they even were. So I don't even care what they said because they never been around. Apparently they're hiding off in the shadows in the distance or whatever. But B Roth was somebody as recognizable name in this community. I just want to bring it to people's attention that this guy here is a two-faced liar. And so when you do business with him, just make sure you know that he's one way with one group of people, but he's another way with another group of people. So if he disagrees with you politically or culturally or so through social issues or whatever, then apparently he wants to be hateful and mean-spirited towards people like myself. But then on his channel, when he thinks no one's watching or no one's looking, he wants to be uplifting and he wants to build bridges between two chasms and work together and support one another. And that's a two-faced, lying piece of garbage, trash, hypocrite. And I hope that same mentality will be available sometime where we can have that conversation. But I am who I am all the time. I don't pretend to be somebody on my channel and then go to somebody else's channel and then be somebody different. Because I am 100% real and authentic, regardless if you like it or not, Brian. So if you have a problem with me or anybody else for that matter, you know how to get a hold of me. And I hope you link a video to this video if you have a response, because quite frankly, I would love to hear what you have to say, how you want to go about this moving forward. Because that video I did initially, which is my personal opinion, it might not be an opinion you liked or you agreed with, but it was my personal opinion. I didn't attack anybody. I told everybody that they should be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So this time stuff would stop. It's probably never going to stop. We're probably living in the new world where this is the world we're going to live in. And that's the reason I decided to take a back seat and deuced out. But I didn't make any attacks to anybody. But Brian, you definitely have now slid into that special place. So I sure hope you continue to go down this path where on your channel and places where you think no one's watching, you're going to be one way. But in other places, you're a complete piece of trash. And I will be sure to continue to call you out whenever you do that moving forward, because, I think it's all about being honest and being real and being with facts. And my facts don't care about your feelings. So you take care, buddy. We'll see you soon.